Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make this fuzzy granny square bucket hat. I freestyled this for one of my partner's friends and then 2 more people asked for one, so I decided to make a tutorial for you guys. I love when I can mix different textured yarns together. This fur yarn is a novelty yarn and goes by eyelash yarn sometimes, and you can use any granny square as long as it's the correct dimensions. So there are so many options to get creative with this tutorial. I've made it in gray and pink using African granny squares so far, and I'd love to see how you guys get creative with it as well. This is also such a fast project because the fuzzy yarn is quite chunky, so you'll be able to complete this within probably 2 days, or less depending on how fast you are. So let's get started. For materials, you will need a 4.5mm crochet hook, a 6.5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, about 100 grams of fur yarn, which is 2 of these skeins, about 50 grams of your main color, which is gray for me, and about 15 grams of your secondary color. Now to make the 8-petal African granny square, I'm going to start with a magic loop. If you've never done this before, you would hold the tail end like this and then wrap it around your fingers to make an X on the top of your hand. Now, taking your crochet hook, put it underneath the top right part of the X and hook the back left part of the X so that you can pull it through, put a twist in your yarn, and then pull that section through again through the loop on your hook. Once you've done that, you'll have a magic loop that can be tightened with the tail end of the yarn. So I'm using my 4.5mm crochet hook for this portion and working inside the magic loop. Now chain 4. And double crochet 2. Then chain 1 and double crochet 2. Chain 1 again. Now repeat double crocheting 2 and chain 5 more times. From there, you should have 7 sets of the 2 double crochets and a chain. You'll be creating an 8th one using the starting chain, so double crochet into the loop 1 more time and then slip stitch into the 3rd chain in the starting post. Now you can tighten the loop using the tail end just by pulling that tight. Then you can chain 1 and then cut your yarn and pull that through with your crochet hook to fasten off. This will be the center of the flower. Now changing colors, I'm going to start from the chain space in the first round. Insert your hook into the gap between the starting chain and the next double crochet. And the way I attach is just the same as a chain, so pull the new color onto your hook, then chain, and chain 2 more for the height of this round. And double crochet into the chain space. For this round, we'll only be working into the chain spaces. I also like to crochet over the tail ends, so that's really up to you if you want to do the same. Then chain 1 and double crochet 2 more into that same chain space. Now working into the second chain space, double crochet 2, chain 1, and double crochet 2 once again. Repeat that into all of your chain spaces. This will be the base of your petal, and by the end you should have 8 done. When you get to the start, slip stitch into the starting post. You can also secure your magic loop by sewing the tail end into the base of the double crochets. So you can do this next part in the same color or another color. I'm going to use the same color so I don't have to change colors again. And usually you would start in this chain space, but since I'm using the same color, I'm just going to slip stitch into it. So now my loop is coming from the chain space here. And I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to double crochet 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Now in the next chain space, so you skip this one and you go to this one. This isn't a chain space here, so you go to this one. I'm going to double crochet 5, and this will create one of the petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I'm going to go into the next chain space over here, and I'm going to double crochet 5 once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to go around until I meet back here at the start. So let's go ahead and do that. Another 5 double crochets. Make 5 double crochets into all the remaining chain spaces. And slip stitch to the chain post once you get to the start. Okay, so here is the start of our flower. I'm going to use the same color for the 5th round, so I'm going to keep this attached, but I'm just going to pull a long loop because I don't want to cut this. And I'm going to switch to my other yarn, and we're going to be starting from the first double crochet. So this is the chain post, and this is the first double crochet. So you're going to attach to the first double crochet and then single crochet into each stitch. But on the in-between parts of the petal, we'll do something a little different. When you get to this point, instead of putting your hook into a stitch, you're going to insert it into the middle of round 2 and single crochet. So that will create just a longer single crochet and help define the petals more. Continue to single crochet into each stitch and create the long single crochets to create the defining point of the petals. When you get to the start, you'll be able to see the flower a lot more clearly, and you can just slip stitch and fasten off. I'm going to continue from the long loop I pulled. Now I'm back to my previous color, and we're going to make this flower into a square. I'm starting from the single crochet after the long one, and I'm going to chain 1 for the height of the row, and then single crochet into the next 3 stitches. After that, we'll gradually create taller and taller stitches to make the corner of the square. So in the 4th stitch, half double crochet. In the next stitch, you're going to double crochet. And in the stitch after that, it'll be a triple crochet, and then we'll get to the corner stitch. So this will be a quadruple crochet, and that means I'm yarning over 3 times, and then inserting my hook, and then yarning over, pull through 4 times for quad, and then you have your quadruple crochet. You chain 2 for the corner, and then make another quadruple crochet into that same stitch. So this will be our corner. Now you can do the reverse. So in the next stitch, it will be a triple crochet, yarning over twice. in the next stitch it will be a double crochet, and the one after that will be a half double crochet, single crochet into the next 5 stitches, and you can repeat that for each of the 3 remaining corners. Once you get to the start, slip stitch into the first single crochet and then you can fasten off. For an adult head, your square should be around 4.5 inches. If it's smaller than this, then I would recommend doing another round of single crochet to make sure it's the right dimensions. After that, all you need to do is repeat the same process to create 5 granny squares. Now, if you want to, you can wet block these, but I find that the fur yarn adds quite a bit of structure to these squares. Now I'll be working with my 6.5mm crochet hook and the fur yarn. If you have a smaller head, I would recommend doing single crochets for this part. I'm doing half double crochets because this is for my partner, so please adjust as you need. So attach your yarn into the corner of your square, and I'll be working over the tail end like before, and then half double crochet into every stitch. In the corner chain spaces, half double crochet and chain 1, and then half double crochet again to emphasize the corner. Once you get to the start, slip stitch into the first half double crochet and then you can fasten off, and leave a longer tail end because you can use that to sew the sections together. Go ahead and do that for your remaining squares. Okay, now I have my 5 squares with the trim around it, and I'm going to start sewing these together. So it'll be like a box like this, and I'm going to be using the tail ends. I kept them long so that I could sew them together. Then thread your yarn needle with one of the tail ends, and we're going to be doing a whip stitch through the stitches to join them. Since the yarn is so furry, it might be kind of hard to find the stitches, so you'll just have to feel around for the top of the stitches. Once that's done, you can go ahead and join the remaining squares. The order doesn't matter so much, just as long as they're all connected like a box. So I just connected all the squares, and now I'm going to sew them together to that top piece so that it makes the hat. So right now I'm doing the top to one of the other sides, and then I just have this side and this seam going down this way. It's a little bit hard to see because I'm just making it a box pretty much. Now that the squares are joined, we are going to make the rim of the bucket hat. Using my crochet hook, I'm going to attach to one of the bottom corners of the squares, and I'm going to half double crochet into every single stitch around. Keep following the edge, and once you get to the start, slip stitch into the first half double crochet. And then chain 1, and then the next round will be a increase round. In this round, we will half double crochet into every stitch, and on the 5th stitch, increase. Again, slip stitch into the start and fasten off. Make sure to sew in any remaining tail ends, and your hat is complete. If you followed along, I would love to see what you made. You can @ me on Instagram @KimsThreads. Whenever I see you guys tag me in a post, I always like to share it to my story so other people can get inspired too. And I hope you guys have a great week ahead of you. I'll see you in the next video.